Hello and welcome to No Let's Play. Me, GamerWolfSix of Major Minor. Before we start, if you're interested in playing this game, it's on Steam. Also, I've heard this music before, but I can't remember exactly where. Since this game seems to be made partly through, I don't actually know, but through, was it RPG Maker? Could be an H game, but who knows? Anyways, on the last Let's Play, we went to the chat cafe and met Claire. And then she had an emotional breakdown. We followed after her, and she told us about her past with Rook. How he left her, and her cafe was going under, but then he gave her money, but without contacting her, just gave her like a mail with money, which saved the cafe. Anyways, huh? It's already gotten dark outside. So how much time we were wasting in there? Oh well. Akiara is at nighttime was beautiful. It lit up like anything I've ever seen. Did you enjoy your little date? I wouldn't really call it a date. I was just joking, Rook. No need to repeat it. Now I'm embarrassed. Kayla was talking about me behind my back? That's new. I made a joke, and that's all it was. About you wanting to woo a Claire. I'm sorry for doing that. It was rude. I accept his apology. But I let him know that it's not in my nature. I'd never try to win over a crying girl. Regardless, it made me laugh. We bonded, or whatever you would want to call it. That is, until something came up. Something came up? I didn't want to interrupt you two. We had no idea what you two may have been doing, but I got a call. We're going to the hotel. A call? Wait, that's not so weird. Did I just hear him say that he bonded with Keela? I noticed that they're both holding takeout bags. No way, they got food without me? I can't explain the specifics right now, but it involves your safety, both of you. So I need to take you to your hotel. Yeah, it all seemed very important. We discussed it over some dinner. Without me? Damn, I'm hungry. Good news though, we're really close. Just a short walk away. Made sure to book a convenient location. I'll tell you a little more tomorrow. But right now, safety is priority. I'll take his word for it and try not to object. Lecture from Rook is not what I want right now. He starts to lead us down the street. It doesn't take much longer until we get to the hotel. Well, this is it. I hope you enjoy your stay. Your room is 217. Here are your key cards. It shouldn't be too hard to find. He hands us both key cards. Wow, this place is massive. What kind of amenities does it have? Well, you each have your own beds. There's a hot tub, bed, and shower. Jeez, hot tub? You'll even get your own masseuse? I guess that's a person that massages. Personal masseuse? Wow, I could sure go for masseuse. This is crazy. I feel like a millionaire. I wonder who else is staying here. If this is a hotel where contest winners stay, there must be all sorts of celebrities present. I hope you two enjoy it. You have no idea how much it cost. Not too much, I hope. Be up at 9 AM sharp. I'll come and get you in the morning. And if it's not me, it'll be Jade. You'll get to meet more of the team. Plus, you'll experience the backstage life. There's lots of food, just so you know. Food? Yes, finally. That's all I wanted to hear. He excitedly runs to the hotel room doors. I decide to give chase. I wouldn't want to get lost. It doesn't take too long to find our hotel room. But when we do, we are stunned. Would you like to save a game? That's going to be the end of this. Let's play. So comment, cuz I like comments. Tell me what you like, dislike, tips, tricks. Otherwise, if you like my... Sorry. I had a joke. It looks amazing on the inside. It's the biggest hotel room I've ever seen. This place is huge. If you pictured a fancy Japanese hotel, this is exactly what it would be in your head. It even has a kotatsu. I guess it's that thing there. Not that I'm cold or anything, but at least they're prepared for it all. I can't get over how great this place is. It's top tier, that's for sure. Let's turn on the TV and see what's on. I love weird Japanese game shows. He scurries over the table and grabs the remote. For a moment, he looked confused. I guess the buttons on the remote are in Japanese. I see him find a big red button and press it. Sure enough, the TV turns on. I suppose some things are universal between cultures. He sits down on the floor and motions for me to join. It seems like there's a big news report going on. I see crime scene tape. Then I look at the time. Now I know what's going on. Another midnight death? Which is weird since it was daytime when we went in there. It took maybe 2 minutes to talk to that one girl, and then all of a sudden, not only did they get dinner, but it's also midnight. Jeez Lou. The news reporter appears on screen. He seems distraught. Maybe even scared. Might as well take his picture just in case. Just in case anybody talks about him. Fukumoto here, reporting live from Tokyo. I have some distressing news. Give me a moment here. Confirming. He looks off screen for a few moments and nods, as if he's talking to somebody on the screen. He holds the microphone away from himself. Whatever he's talking about must be unsafe to hear. Sorry, it will just take a while longer. I'm sorry for interrupting my program. It will resume as soon as this is over. He looks away from the camera again, same direction. Miss Fukumoto wears a face of shock all of a sudden. It's like he's been given horrible news. It's now being confirmed to me. Another victim of the midnight deaths. Their body was discovered just moments ago. He lets out an audible gulp before continuing. I'm not sure how to go about saying this, but it's with a heavy heart that I guess it might be the celebrity we're going to meet. Heavy heart? Oh no, this must not be an ordinary victim. He cuts himself off, taking a couple of gulps before he continues. It's Klace, the pop idol. Oh, bugger. Recently in Tokyo to launch his new tour, but now a victim of these senseless deaths. Fuck. 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 I always hate when that happens and you're just like, I would like to be anywhere else but here. An earlier time. In the throne room of Valescus, the immortal king. Boy, he's an entire unit. I'm going to take a picture of him because I don't actually have a picture of him. Click. History repeats itself. At least that's what they say, right? Oh, that's our phrase here, that's what they say. We make our mistakes and learn from them. I cannot say, my lord. I am merely mortal. I live a short life with many mistakes. I'll be gone before history can repeat. But you have the wisdom of millennia. Something I'm not lucky enough to hold. We're in a statement. I would agree. But you posed a question, and one I have no right to answer. There's no need to apologize. I was simply thinking aloud, though it may relate to Pilar somewhat. Pilar? He's gaining quite the following. Rightly so. So wait, there's like some kind of democracy thing here, but you're the immortal king? Anyways, rightly so, he has the charisma. Enough to bend anyone to his will, even if the cause is as foolish as his. Yes, what a foolish cause it is. Last time someone sought severance, well, the only thing severed was their head. It was a costly and dangerous desire. Just a joke, of course. Though I forgot about your career. I'll try not to joke about assassination. How's your protege coming along? You mean Conrad? He is conflicted. Sometimes he thinks her methods are harsh. Perhaps he might even think that they're wrong. But I was the same. I would give it time, my lord. He will become someone of great importance. Very well. I trust in both of you. You will expose Lord Pilar quite swiftly. And so, my reign will go unhindered. His decor is pretty weird. Like, his hair seems like a little bit Egyptian-y. I guess he does seem to be a jackal. Very God King-like, but also maybe a bit of Roman or whatever. Of course, my lord. Though Pilar is not the topic of today, there is a matter of much greater import. Is something wrong, my lord? No. It is the opposite, in fact. My opening of Terra to immigrants is for a very specific reason. There are those who would disagree with me, and I would as well, if I were unaware. The truth of the matter is quite secretive. Let me guess, it might have something to do with a sword? Truth? You aren't doing this for charity? It's a welcome side effect, to be honest. But my inherent intent wasn't to make it take in so many. I only sought the arrival of one person. The Savior. The Savior? Yes. I opened the borders solely for them. But so far, they have not yet come. And what might we need saving from? It cannot be a lack of resources. Lord Pilar is fooling everyone with that. Indeed, it is not. But my lips are sealed. Only know that they are needed urgently. I require your help, however. I've learned something recently. A method that may expedite their arrival. I'm all ears, my lord. I finally pinpointed their location. Let me guess, as the main character. A trusted source has found the Savior. They reside on a planet called Earth. Never heard of it. For a very specific reason, in Endimilan, Earth is not connected to any other world. It is what they call an untouched planet. Such a thing exists? Only when you have something to hide, or in this case, something to shelter. How can I help? It seems Earth is beyond anyone's reach. I am happy to assist, but I seem unable to. Gladly, that is not the case. That's trusted source I mentioned earlier. They've come up with a means to reach Earth. A means to retrieve the Savior. Retrieve, my lord? Yes, like a thief in the night. And this task will fall solely to you. There's no one else I can trust. I'm honored. What must be done? You must perform a ritual. I wonder if this has to do with the Midnight Murders? Keela and I remain frozen in fear, watching horror as the TV displays a gruesome image. I see a body being loaded onto an ambulance. It drives away without its siren wailing. That means, no, can't be. Just can't. Suddenly, everything seems to come crashing down. There would be no more world tour. Be sent back home? Become some sort of media... Would we become some sort of media hotshots? Keela's jaw appears inches away from the floor. I can tell he's fighting off tears with fervent effort. But... It seems he's unable to form a coherent sentence. I reach out to comfort him, and... I can't move. I know this feeling by now. I've experienced it several times now. Or, to be truthful, twice. On the train right here. I'm about to be visited by him. So are you the guy that knows how to do the thingies? It's an interesting thing, isn't it? Life is such a frail force, while death is infinitely more powerful. Some could hope it's another way around. It's the other way around. To watch your world fade away, like a small fly being swatted on a wall. Just like that, someone can die. No one is above death. Just as no one is below life. Also looks like his jacket is a bit torn. Or worn too. I had enough of his cryptic speeches. I deserve some answers, and I make that very clear. Thankfully, I'm able to move and speak again. You want answers? What is the answer exactly? What is an answer exactly? A doorway to more questions, perhaps? I'm very smart. You can tell by my crypticness. Now he's just getting pretentious. I sense some nervousness. Some nervousness? Is he worried about something? It's like he's trying to stall. Well, I did promise you answers, but I cannot suspend this place for long. Please come with me to the Ark. Suspend? You'll have to grab my hand. A connection is required to do this. What about the first time? Spend a moment thinking before acting. Come on now, grab my hand. If this suspension ends, you'll be trapped. You don't want to know what happens then. Don't grab his hand. Grab his hand. Because something's going on and I have to find out. I guess if I don't grab his hand, the world ends or something. Do the thing. I reach out and grab his hand. I have no idea what he's planning, but I trust him. Especially if he's going to give me some answers. I couldn't disobey him on the verge of truth. And give him a power like he implied give me the power like he implied he did. He had to trust me as well. This might hurt a little bit. He smirks at me as he snaps his fingers. This time, using his free hand. And then we're in the Ark, just like that. First and foremost, allow me to apologize. I feel as though you may be overwhelmed. It's not like me to take things so fast, but recently matters have become urgent. Furthermore, I will give you answers. I feel like you deserve that much. You were thrust into unusual circumstances. So, I welcome you once more to the Ark. To a place where you can relax and ponder. A place where you can collect yourself. Only a select few are allowed entry here. Those that I trust with my life. But not only that, with the lives of many. And you are the first in a very long time. So, you're free to relax. No danger will befall you here. Not as long as you are by my side. He's inches closer to me, as if my safety increases with his proximity. So, about these answers you requested. I'm willing to provide you with them, but only answer one question, bugger. There are more important matters at hand. I'd like it if you thought carefully. I will not be vague or hide the truth, so make sure you ask what you truly want. You deserve it after what you experienced, but there are far larger issues at hand. Take your time in thinking it, but we only have time for one question. I fear the death of Klace is unimportant. Important? Well, that's an insult for sure, especially when someone just lost their life. But it's probably unwise to vocally contest him. Instead, I stopped to think what I should ask. But only one question? That's hardly fair. There was a veritable mountain of them in my mind. Everything about today was an enigma, and much of it fell into the realm of the supernatural. He can't expect me to find closure from one question, unless that was the point. The ability to bend reality to my will. He's testing me. There had to be a way to get all of the answers, and still adhere to his rule of one question. If his powers were true, I could easily accomplish that. Yes, please. Are you doing this to be like, hey, you can do this, and then load the save again? Which I ask him, oh, there's multiple questions. You won't always have the ability to ask every question. What is the Ark? Who are you exactly? More about this power. What are the Midnight Deaths? Well, I would feel like the Ark is unimportant, or not as important. Him, it would be interesting to ask, but also probably not that important. He's probably the person that Jackal God King talked about. What are the Midnight Deaths? Also interesting, but probably should ask what's this power? Yes, the burning question in my mind. Why me? There had to be a better candidate. Surely there's those more situation capable. Who exactly is it? Where did it come from? Where does power come from? I don't think that question has an answer. It simply moves from one host to another, epoch after epoch. No one knows why. We don't know its origins either. Though yes, I am the current host. I was placed here for containment purposes, in the hope that its spread would stop. But now I'm straying off topic. This power is, well, let me think. I have no words to explain it carefully. There is an infinite number of planes. Each astral plane has many things. It can have similar worlds, or different. You can call them parallel realities. So yes, there's more than one Earth, each having differences, small and large, as well as there being multiple arcs, even though it shares Earth's physical spot. I am so lost. Think of it like this. Earth is on one layer. Ark is on another. They both share the same physical spot, but they exist on different astral planes. They cannot see or interact with each other. The layers separate them, but let's focus on the latter. You are from. This layer itself has multiple realities, an infinite amount of Earths there. Each version of the Earth is different. It either is very small or very large ways. This can be as minor as what you've eaten, or as large as the governing superpower. The power I have given you. It doesn't really alter reality. You can travel to the world you desire. Some would call it a slider. You can navigate this layer in many ways. Where others are stuck, you are free. Slider? And that is why the power is so dangerous. You could repeatedly destroy worlds. It can throw the universe into disarray. Look at all those sad Earths. This throws off the balance of layers. Not only of the layer you live in, but of all the surrounding layers as well. Of course, you only have a fraction of this. I was unable to give you my full power. But now that you're in the Ark, you've broken into another astral plane. There are even more realities to play with, but you're wondering why I chose you. As the power grew within me, it evolved. Or perhaps, I achieved a greater prowess. It beckoned to be gifted to other people. But not just any other person. I had to choose very carefully. For a moment, let's lessen our scope. We'll focus on only your Earth layer. Push aside everything I have just said. The universe is vast. A large galactic community is at play. There are many trade routes between worlds. Many planets open themselves to immigration. Many planes are hostile. Planets. Many planets are friendly. But the heart of the matter is this. Every planet is connected in some way, except for Earth. You inhabit an untouched planet. I hope this doesn't offend you. But if you were to go rogue with the power, only Earth would suffer. Only that layer. I had to choose a resident of Earth. It would contain any possible damage, kind of like the Ark does for me. Any resident of any other planet? Well, the damage would be substantial. So Earth is lucky in that regard. It's also special in its loneliness. I apologize if I didn't make much sense. I'm still learning the correct terms. Planes, realities, universes. But I did not specifically choose you. My goal was to choose an Earthling. I am happy with my choice, however. I hope that you can master this power. Many worlds want to seek your aid. We can save them and their realities. We can guide them away from disaster. Guide them towards the true history. You see, there's a true ending to this, and you might have to try repeatedly, you know? I'm afraid that's all the time I have. Maybe you are satisfied with my answer. Truthfully, it was all a little much to take in, but in spite of his recent events, I felt relaxed. It was nice to get an honest truth. Before now, it was vague and dodgy. Now that I've answered your question, we have to discuss the real issue here. The reason why I brought you to the Ark is quite simple, really. Another world wants to take you, by means of an ominous ritual. They've been trying to summon you for days. I think they can sense the power I gave you. I've been able to intercept them, however. That's why you've been brought to the Ark. I shift your trajectory and take you here. This is so that I can try and learn their intent. Oop, wrong button. We wouldn't want your power to get abused. I've even sent them random Earthlings. Oh, the deaths? It takes a lot of power to bring you here. I need to fool them with other methods. I didn't want them to take you. At least, not until I knew why. Does this make sense to you at all? Barely. If you and the power were to be abused, it could throw the universe into disarray. I don't want that to happen again. Last time it happened should be the last. It makes more sense. Takes a look at his surroundings. I see a hint of regret and remorse in his face. But the more I interrupt their ritual, the more I realize I'll never know. I can't figure out why they want you. So this time, I'll let them succeed. I wanted to keep you on Earth, for the observation purposes, of course. But now that will not be possible. Many worlds are going to want you. Your power can save them or destroy them. You will be caught up in many affairs, woo. You must hope they seek your power for good. Many would use it for two nefarious ends. Perhaps helping this world can do good for other worlds as well. Wait, he sent me to another world? Just like that? That's not right. Am I even able to survive on another planet? This explanation only puts more questions in my head. Don't worry. I'll still watch over you. If anything traumatic happens, just relax. I'll bring you back in the face of danger. Remember, that you're cared for. I will not let any harm befall you. I consider you a ray of hope, my agent of fate. Without another word, he snaps his fingers loudly. I feel a rush of inertia. This isn't right. Nothing about this is right. I finally pushed over the edge and started to panic. Klace is dead. I was cursed with a power I didn't ask for. The power could either save or destroy worlds. This was... Before I can continue, my entire body feels pain. Like the first time I was here, on a much larger scale. I try to focus on my breathing, but even that causes more pain than I can handle. Feels like a paper cut, but on every fiber of my being, getting torn apart at a level less than molecular. But then, shortly after, I feel nothing. Good time to save? No, let's just keep on going until there's a save file. Found myself in a forest, or maybe, I'll figure it out. Quickly thrown against a nearby tree, like I was traveling incredibly fast. I land on the ground and grip my head in pain. The pain radiates harshly with my heartbeat, which, to say the least, is incredibly fast. I lost track of time, but eventually it subsided. As I'm lucid again, I quickly examine my surroundings. I feel like everything is moving faster than normal. The swaying of trees looks as if they're in a hurricane, but my perception of time quickly returns to normal. That's odd. It's like when you look at a clock. Sometimes the second hand moves faster for a moment. Then I take a few steps around, but can't find any balance. I quickly stumble over and brace myself against a tree. What's going on? Feels like I'm drugged. I fall to my knees, embracing the tree. Otherwise, I'd be eating a face full of grass. I start to wonder just where I ended up, but I can only think of where I'm not. Something tells me I'm a long way from home. The anxiety of that fact completely overpowers me. Any semblance of curiosity I had was utterly destroyed. I soak in some sort of otherworldly homesickness. Here I am, stuck on the soil of a foreign planet. I said I'd be brought back in the event of trauma. Was this experience not traumatic enough? And what if something traumatic doesn't happen? Will I ever see Earth again? Will I ever experience the aftermath of Klace's death? Those weren't the types of things I wanted to see, but it was definitely my right to see them. I feel like this arc has robbed me blind of my future. What if I don't want this power? I guess I don't even have a say in the matter. I'm simply forced to help, against all of my wishes. What else would I be forced to do? And never truly be myself again? You'll get back to where you came from. I know what it's like to be far from home. And this may be farthest you'll ever be. But you'll get back, I know it. He kneels down beside me and wraps an arm around me. He rests a hand under my arm and lifts me up slowly. It's very easy to lose your way, especially when others want to use you. their own path before your own. He holds me up, and I limp alongside him. Who is he? Is this guy what was conducting the ritual? If so, I don't sense any nefarious intent. He seems very wise. He puts me at ease, just like the man on the ark. I feel desperation brought you here. Perhaps some of that despair assaulted you. If that's so, then I apologize. Your burdens should be yours alone to carry. Journey to bring you to Terra. It was not an easy one to complete. It was filled with failure and compromise. Terra? Is that where I am? Conrad. It worked. Is that so? How can you tell? It's not like we had an artist's depiction. I know this is the one. And how do you know that? And million. I can feel it. Just trust me. Alright, I'll play along. King Velasquez will be very pleased. I feel like I'm finally able to stand on my own. Gently push aside and million in a polite manner. I explain the situation. I don't know why I'm here. I don't know who they are, or who this king is. Very well. You deserve an explanation. At least the best as we are able to provide. Yeah, I think I might just cut it here. Because, probably the best time to do it was when I was being flung throughout in the universe, but, I'll just make my own time-offs. It has been an extra, 7 minutes? So anyways, end of this, let's place a comment, because I like comments, and you like, dislike, tips, tricks, always. Even though, if you like my YouTube and like to grow, then please like, subscribe, and check out every episode grow, and please remember to your animals have control the pit population. And until next time, I'll say, me, GamerWolfSix, of Major Minor. I hope I remember which button minimalizes it and which one restarts it. So, thanks and see ya.